Guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Ninjago once again. Today's video we are going to be, of course, reviewing Ninjago Season 2, Masters of Spinjitzu. Okay, so, and something that I just really noticed about the first season review, I don't know why, but for some reason, I kept calling them snake people, and I think I cut out when I actually call them serpentine. Because I keep calling them snake people when they're actually called serpentine. But they are snake people, so it's kind of like that. Okay, yes, I actually do know what they are called. They are called serpentine. Okay, so this actually takes place just after the first season, just after the ninja and, of course, Lord Garmondon takes out the biggest serpentine of them all. Actually, it's not a serpentine. The great devourer of everything. They finally take it out, except at the end, Lord Garmondon did not give back the golden weapons. He actually ran away with them. All the ninja are trying to group up together. They're trying to build their town back together. They don't really have a base. They need somewhere where they can train Loyed how to become the golden ninja. So, and it's really interesting what they did with the story here. So they have us believing that the entire time we need to defeat Lord Garmondon, because the whole prophecy of the golden ninja is about destroying this great evil, But it's actually not Lord Garmondon that he has to face. And I'll get into that later on in this video. But it's really interesting how they write the story and connect all the dots. And it's just a sign of great storytelling. So it does have some in-depth story. It just takes a while for the story to get there. That's the only thing. What about the serpentine? Well, we got Scales trying to, become the leader of the serpentine, become the serpentine king. No one really trusts him because he trusted Pythor, the guy who wanted to release the devourer. And really, when the snakes realized that the devourer was going to get everything, it was like, well, it's called the Devourer for a reason, guys. But, it's a kid show. I actually really liked that. I thought that was really funny that none of the snakes really thought, okay, is this really a good idea to release this thing? So, we, of course, got Lord Garmondon here. And because no one wants to trust Scales again, Scales trusted Pythor, they have decided, you know what? We're going to trust Lord Garmondon. Lord Garmondon wants to turn the entire Ninjago into his own image. And hey, they think, well, okay, maybe we can rule alongside him, I don't think that was ever gonna happen. I think if Lord Garmondon got exactly what he wanted, I think the first people he would turn into his absolute slaves would probably be the serpentine. To, of course, where the weapons were first created, and together all four weapons combine into this very, very powerful staff. But what's really interesting about it is it cannot destroy. It's a staff of creation, not a staff of destruction. So he can only create things to destroy. And one of the things that he eventually creates, on accident actually, is, of course, he brings back the pirate gang that actually ruled the original ship in the first place. And yeah, I guess I forgot to mention here that, well, after what happened in Season 1, they basically had to abandon ship, and guess who found their ship? That's right, Lord Garmondon. So Lord Garmondon gave it a really nice, really cool, evil paint job. I really like the paint job on the ship that it has in Season 2. I really do. I think it looks really cool. But he brings up these pirates, and It's really funny to see these pirates try to take out the ninja throughout the rest of the show. Is, of course, Loyed. Loyed is training, Loyed is becoming stronger to defeat his father. I really like the Darth Vader relationship that's going on between him and his father. He doesn't want to fight his father doesn't want to fight him, but his father has evil in him, and he wants to rule Ninjago. He wants to rule Ninjago. So what keeps happening is he just wants to stop his son from stopping him, basically, you know? He just wants his son to be his son instead of this great enemy. And don't get me wrong, he's very proud of his son being the Green Ninja, but a little part of me thinks that a little part of him probably just wishes he had his son by his side as the greatest evil of Ninjago. Well, here's the thing. Eventually, he finds a map from the pirates about this great island of legend of great darkness, and he goes to the island. He goes searching for the island. Eventually, the Serpentine get tired of him and push him aside, make Scales the actual king, because every time they did something that they thought was going to be effective, yeah, it turns out Lord Garmondon isn't as good as, and it's really funny that he's just not as good as Pythor. You know, as a villain, like, I know that sounds really strange, but compared to what Pythor was able to accomplish in Season 1, Season 2, Lord Garmondon, who was basically supposed to be the main villain for quite a while, yeah, he's not very accomplished with anything else. He's not accomplishing anything else. So eventually the Serpentine decide Scales is a better leader, and they betray him, and he gets stuck in the ocean, finds a little island, and then a magical voice starts talking to him. Okay? And now on the other end, we have the ninja. The ninja are training Loyed. A call from the museum. They go down to the museum to, of course, something about a great discovery, which obviously the great discovery is the stolen statues. So they go to the museum because what keeps happening, and it's really funny, so because there's so much devour venom dropping on all of their merchandise is coming alive and turning evil. It's actually really kind of funny. So they go there to actually deal with the merchandise problem that the museum is having, and they end up finding Loyd's mother. Now, I completely forgot about Loyd's mother. And I was kind of wondering when I was watching Season 1, okay, where is Loyd's mother at? We actually find out from Loyd's mother the true prophecy of the Green Ninja. The true prophecy is to turn him into the Golden Ninja. The Golden Ninja, just like the Golden Master. The Golden Master was the very first Ninjago expert. The very first Ninjago master of everything. The one that created Ninjago. And apparently he defeated this great dark evil. And actually it's really interesting because technically I think Sensei Wu said at one point that his dad, or I think that would be his great-great-great-granddad or something like this, because Ninjago seems like it's so old. But I remember Wu saying something about his dad being the original master or something like that, and that's always confused me. But yeah, apparently the first ninjutsu master would have been Loyd's grandpa, which is why Loyed has to become the Golden Master, was always destined to become the Green Ninja and the Golden Ninja. And what's going to happen is they need to give the Golden Ninja all of the other spiritual elemental powers. That's what they need to do. And there's a way to do it, but then of course we have this whole moment where the poison, the venom from the devour, I keep wanting to say devour poison, but it's devour venom. The devour venom gets on one of the big statues, and it causes a whole lot of trouble for him. Well, here we go with Lord Garmondon again. Turns out this great dark evil that his father once defeated. Well, now that he's evil, he wants to, of course, rule Ninjago. And this little, weird little evil bubble, that's all that's left of the greatest evil Ninjago has ever known. That little bubble speaks to him. That little bubble wants to give him everything. Is the bubble gives him, of course, this helmet. He controls the soldiers, the stone soldiers, with the helmet, which the stone soldiers were originally this great evil's soldiers. Yes? You following me? Oh boy, because this just gets even crazier and crazier. Eventually, there's this clock that starts ticking to the end of the world, basically. It just starts ticking to the end of the world. When the clock hits 0, the final battle for Ninjago will begin. And when that happens, of course, Loyed, being the chosen one, will have to defeat his father, but not in the way that he thought. It turns out that the overlord that they keep on talking about is not Lord Garmondon, the overlord Lord Garmondon. It is the overlord, the greatest evil known to Ninjago. The overlord takes over Lord Garmondon's body and tries to, of course, rid the world of the ninjas and try to, of course, take over Ninjago. Well, he sort of wins for a little while, but they group together, they give Loyed their powers, and Loyed, with all of the trust and support that he has, finally takes out the great evil, saving not only Ninjago, but his father, purging his father of all the darkness. So yes, we finally have Lord Garmondon back. And I mean the human Lord Garmondon. I mean the one that, of course, loves his son, loves his wife, and they rekindle a family there. I absolutely did love that part of Ninjago. Now, what can I say about this season? This is actually my favorite season. I remember from way back then when I used to watch the show, this was the best season of them all. I really liked the fight with, of course, the Overlord. I really liked the whole Darth Vader-esque storyline with Loyed and his father, and I just really liked the most characters. Now, I will say this, the other characters take really a huge step back, really, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that this is mostly Loyed's. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of great adventures with the ninja in this season as well. In fact, there was even this one, they go on a big race to save the dojo that is actually owned by the Brown Ninja himself. Yeah, the Brown Ninja himself. The Brown Ninja is actually a really fun character. I really like him too. To save his dojo, because they're using the dojo, they actually have to go into this great big race. And it's really funny because just about everything that they've ever known gets into this race. Lord Garmondon shows up, the Serpentine shows up, cops chasing the Serpentines shows up and tries to win the race. Their parents show up and try to win the race. Even Cole's musical singing dad joins the race. It's a fun ride, and the way it's shot reminds me of, and I don't know if they're doing this on purpose. I think it's on purpose. I think they're Star Wars fans, the writers of the show. But if you guys remember the pod racer scene from episode 1, I love that pod racer scene. I'm not very fond of episode 1, the movie, but I love the pod racer scene. I really do. And this was just the whole adventure was just fun. I think that was my favorite episode of the season, was just that. Now again, Kai's growing on me. Mia's probably my still second favorite character. Cole, I really liked learning more about Cole's father. And of course, we have Zane. Now, you're gonna ask me, is Jay still my least favorite character of the show? Yeah, I don't like Jay. I mean, I like him as part of the ninja, but in terms of the main characters, Jay is my least favorite. I mean, his parents are junkyard keepers, and I actually like his parents more than I like him. I think it's just because this whole joke that they have with him liking Mia, I just think it got old in season 1, and they continue it in season 2, and it just kind of bores me a little bit. That's all. When it comes to Jay, that's all I don't like, is I don't like how they use him. I think he's a great ninja, though. I think he's a fine ninja, though. Anyway, guys, yep, season 2, probably my favorite season out of them all. Now, with that said, I have tons and tons of more Ninjago to watch, so who knows? Could there be a season that beats season 2 for me? I don't know, we'll have to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out for now. Bye.